This is a short video presentation on the vertex form of a quadratic equation. In yesterday's homework, you graphed this equation. It was one of the equations you did. And hopefully you noticed not only in that one, but in all the problems, that this number right here, 3, is the x-coordinate of my vertex. And this number here, in this case 5, is the y-coordinate of my vertex. So when you look at an equation in this form, your vertex is given to you. Hence it's called the vertex form. Along with that, we have the axis of symmetry given as x equals 3 because that's the equation of this line that goes through there. So when we write an equation in this form, it's very simple to graph because we need to know the vertex. Now, this is the vertex form. If it's written in the form of y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, this is called the standard form. What you're going to be doing today is going from standard form to vertex form. In general, the vertex form is y equals a times x minus h quantity squared plus k, where hk, the ordered pair hk, is the vertex. All right, we're going to do a couple of simple examples. Today we'll do it with no fractions. So, write equation in vertex form. All right, our equation is y equals x squared minus 6x plus 2. Now, when we do this, we're going to do it by completing the square. But it's going to be a little bit different. X squared minus 6x, we have the plus 2 over here. Now, just like we did before, we're going to take half of 6 and we're going to square it. Half of 6, that's just ridiculously ugly. So, half of 6 is 3. 3 squared is 9. We're going to add 9 to this side, and we're going to subtract 9 from this side. It's just like adding 9 to both sides of the equation, but instead of adding it to this side, we're just going to subtract it here. I add 9 and subtract 9, it's the same thing. So now, we end up with y equals x minus 3 quantity squared, and pay attention. If this is minus here, it's minus here. It's one of the big places people made mistakes before. And then plus 2 minus 7 gives me minus 7. And we're done. All right? My vertex is the ordered pair 3, negative 7. All right, I want to do another quick one here. Y equals x squared plus 8x minus 5. Now what I want you to do is pause the video and try to do it on your own. And then once you start up the video again, I will have done it for you. And you can compare to see how you did. All right, please pause now. All right, you should have gotten for an answer y equals the quantity x plus 4 quantity squared minus 21. And as I said before, pay attention. That's a plus, that must be a plus. If it's a minus, as in here, it's got to be a minus there. All right, let's do one more example. This one is going to be a little more complicated. Y equals 2x squared minus 8x plus 5. Now, the difference here is we have a coefficient of 2. So what we want to do, 2x squared minus 8x plus 5. Out of this part right here, we want to factor out a 2. The reason we want to factor out a 2 is the leading coefficient has to be 2. Before we divide everything by 2, but we can't divide y by 2. So we're going to factor out that 2. 2 times x squared minus 4x, and we have a plus 5. Now, just like before, we take half of 4, divided by 2, we square it, and we get 4. So I have plus 4, and here I subtract. But what do I subtract? This is the one thing that you have to be extremely careful about. I didn't add 4 right here. I added 8, because 2 times 4 equals 8. So I have to subtract 8. And that's the one place that people make mistakes here. We'll factor out the 2, no problem. We'll put the 4 here, no problem. But they forget that we need a minus 8 here. And now we're almost done. We have y equals 2 times the quantity x minus 2 squared minus 3. 5 minus 8 is negative 3. And we're done. Our vertex is the ordered pair 2, negative 3. All right, just like before, I'm going to write out another problem. Y equals 3x squared minus 12x plus 5. I want you to pause the video, try to do this on your own, and then start up the video to see my solution. All right, please pause the video now. Okay, hopefully you got the same answer as me. Our original equation, I'm going to highlight this here, our original equation was this. We then factored out the 3 right here. Half of 4 is 2, squared is 4, so I put a 4 here. And then 3 times 4 is 12. Since I really added 12, I came over here and I subtract 12 right here. And again, why am I having technical difficulties? Can't see my minus 12. So my final equation then is y equals, do something a little darker, x minus 2 quantity y equals 3 times x minus 2 quantity squared minus 7, where our vertex is 2, negative 7. All right, I hope this made some sense. The second type of the problems are going to be a little more complicated, but we'll do it today without any fractions. All right, have a great day.